On the balcony sat Deputy Officer Kane, who smoked from an intricate black pipe as he casually waited for Nathan to join him.
Deputy Officer Kane, what are you doing here?
I heard about your little rally at the stadium the other day. It seems to have caused quite a stir amongst the common folk.
Yes, well, I merely spoke from the heart.
You do have a nasty habit of doing that, don't you? Well, no matter. I've come to tell you I'm leaving the city soon to meet with my commanding officer in the kingdom's capital. But before I do, I've learned more about the strange sigil you found on your mother's assassin's boot prints.
Yes? What about it?
Its exact origin is still unknown, but our Doom faction scholars may be able to trace it to a specific region using our secret archival library.
That's great. So, when will you trace it?
See, that's the issue. Until I can convince my commanding officer of your value, I doubt I'd be able to get you access to it. Even I don't have the key you need to enter it. Besides, it's not located in this kingdom anyway.
I see. Well, still, I thank you for your efforts. I won't give up on this.
And neither will I. By all accounts, I've heard your mother was a wonderful woman who didn't deserve her fate. If you manage to survive the challenges ahead, and if I manage to convince my commander of your value to us, you may yet have a chance to explore our faction's library and unlock this mystery.
Well, thank you once again, Deputy Kane. I know you are an honorable man, but you did not have to look into this as you have.
Nonsense, kid. The Doom faction looks after its comrades, and though you are still a boy, one day soon you will be of age to join us. Until next time. And just like that, Deputy Kane disappeared. Nathan marveled at the strongest warrior in the entire city, and then closed the window and went back into his room. He took out a piece of parchment from underneath his bed and wrote down the words Doom Faction Secret Library on a piece of paper.
Once I take care of my father's enemies, I swear to the heavens I'll find my mother. Even though I never met her, I feel her spirit watching from above, calling to me as if she wants me to save her somehow. Could that be my purpose? Is that why I've been brought back alive in this body, to right the wrong that was her murder? Nathan? What's wrong?
Huh? Nathan snapped out of his internal musings when Amelia entered his room.
You just looked sad is all. Are you worried about the duels?
Nathan gave his sister a reassuring smile as he shook his head.
Not even a little bit, no. I was just thinking about our mother, that's all.
Immediately, Amelia's eyes lowered as she sighed.
I think about her too sometimes. It's hard not to, you know. To be taken in your sleep like that. To know that I was a baby sleeping right beside her.
Amelia shuddered at the thought of it. Nathan put a comforting hand on his sister's shoulder.
Hey, listen to me. You don't have to worry about that, okay? I won't let anything happen to you or father. And I'm going to hunt down whoever did it, I promise you, all right? I'm going to find them and make them pay for what they've done to us.
Whack! Whash! Whoosh! You spoiled little scoundrel! I'll have your head for this!
The High Lord Raven furiously slashed at a nearby table with his long sword. After the opening ceremony of the examination, he had immediately gone into the Raven family compound's courtyard and took out his fury on the nearby furniture, cutting down his own wooden tables, chairs, and futons like a bull in a china shop. The high-level members of House Raven could only watch from a safe distance as their lord went on his unhinged rampage. Niles and Cedric seemed particularly perturbed. Finally, after the destruction went on for a few minutes, Niles attempted to approach his father.
Father, please, stop this. There's nothing to get so upset about. You said it yourself. They're weaklings who won't know what hit them without their allies.
After thrusting clean through a patio sofa, Remus Raven locked eyes with his son. Niles saw the look in his father's eyes and knew there was nothing he could do to stop him. Slowly, he slinked back toward his younger brother. Whoosh! Crash! With a final intense blow, Remus swirled around the courtyard and struck down all the remaining furniture pieces all at once. With his hair disheveled and panting like a madman, Remus finally sheathed his sword and turned to face his family members. I don't care how weak they are. They've defiled the dignity of our house, so we will use the full might of House Raven against them. Is that understood? No mercy shall be given. All the family members profusely nodded their heads toward their terrifying master. Finally, the eldest member of the family walked over to the High Lord Raven and spoke with a calm and collected demeanor in the hopes of reassuring his leader. High Lord Raven, sire. It is time we begin planning out our house's lineup for the duels. There are many warriors at your disposal who would relish the chance to do you proud. Who do you wish to face the enemy? Elder Marius, you are indeed correct, as always. There is no time to waste. Remus turned to face the dozens of family members around him. I don't want a respectful match here. Only a bloodbath will suffice to regain our family's honor. Whoever thinks they are man enough to brutally dispatch our enemy, step forward. Big brother, don't trouble yourself any longer. Leave the first duel to me. All eyes turned to find Grimgor Raven as he appeared out of the back of the crowd and went over to Remus. Beside Remus, Elder Marius nodded his head. Grimgor would be an excellent choice, my lord. He's undoubtedly stronger than Ulrich or his son. Remus nodded his head. Perhaps Brother Grimgor could be the man for the job. Grimgor was Remus's third brother and was considered to be in the top 5 strongest spiritual fighters in all of House Raven. Since he was a level 8 apprenticed fighter on the edge of breaking into level 9, he was surely a force to be reckoned with. Out of hundreds of family members, he was only weaker than the 2 strongest elders, Marius and Colm, and his 2 elder brothers, Claudius and Remus. Elder Marius grinned. As far as we know, Lord Hayfield is nearly equal in power to Grimgor, if not lower. Even if Ulrich somehow managed to emerge victorious, he'd be severely weakened. But if they send up Ulrich's son, well, I don't think Grimgor would have any issues taking care of things. Grimgor scoffed. If it's that boastful little toad, I'll tear him apart in a matter of moments. He's only a child, after all. Please, brother, let me go first. I swear, I'll make them suffer. Remus smiled, won over by his youngest brother's bloodlust. Very well, then. I'll leave the first battle to you, little brother. Elder Marius cleared his throat. As far as the second duel, sire, I may be old, but I've still got more than enough strength to take on Ulrich and his son, if necessary. If Ulrich somehow survives the first round, I'll make quick work of him. Remus smiled at Elder Marius as he thought it through. Very well, then, Elder Marius. If it comes to that, I'm certain you'll win us a crushing victory. In fact, one of our younger members ought to join you in order to witness your skills firsthand. Remus had no qualms about recommending a younger warrior for the second fight, because he'd witnessed Elder Marius's power before himself. Marius had once been a legendary spiritual warrior in his youth, and even now, he was a level 1 master. Remus himself trained secretly with Elder Marius almost every day, and only the family elder knew that Remus was actually already a master level 3 warrior. Niles stepped out of the crowd once more and knelt before his father and Elder Marius. Father, if 2 warriors must fight in the second round, let me have the honor of dueling alongside Great Uncle Marius. Remus's eyes narrowed as he stared at his son. Niles, you have failed me once before in an embarrassing fashion. I will not have a coward for a son. If you do this, you must emerge victorious, or not emerge at all. Is that understood?" Niles's eyes stared at the dirt beneath his father's feet. His face was flushed red from embarrassment. He knew this would be his only chance at redemption. "Yes, father, I understand. I will never fail you again." Besides, Niles knew that Elder Marius would likely do most of the actual fighting, while both of them would gain honor from the battle. It was the best chance he had to come back into his father's good graces. The High Lord Raven hesitated for a moment as he considered his son's words. He knew that with Marius at his son's side, the battle would not be a risky one. "Very well, then. But once you are in the match, you will do as Marius commands and not get in his way."
"Yes, father. I swear my actions will make you proud."
Grimgor chuckled at his young nephew's words. He couldn't help but playfully ruffle Niles's hair.
"Young Niles' words are worthy of praise, but the chances of any of you seeing combat aren't very high. It's far more likely I'll finish off both father and son in a matter of minutes."
The High Lord Raven nodded his head solemnly. "I do hope you're right. Until I have their heads on spikes, I'll not hold back in the slightest. We must be fully prepared to face them." Remus turned out towards the crowd once more and scanned it for the men he wished to see. "If Lord Hayfield somehow makes it into the third round, I shall face him myself, along with Elder Colm and my second brother, Claudius." Shouts of approval came out of the crowd. Elder Colm and Claudius Raven approached their leader. Elder Colm simply smiled sinisterly towards the High Lord, while Claudius addressed his brother loud enough for all to hear.
"No matter what happens, brother, I shall stand by your side as we might our cocky foes off the face of the earth."
The High Lord Raven grinned as the courtyard shook from the confident cheers of his men. Finally, he was ready to face the Hayfields head-on. Nathan frowned as he did his best to focus on praying up to the heavens on his hotel room balcony. Lately, he'd felt a bit spiritually disconnected, and he'd struggled to maintain his attention. Thoughts of his mother's murderer and the upcoming duels swirled endlessly around in his mind. Although still Nathan felt confident in his abilities, he had no real way of concretely knowing just how powerful his enemies were. Rumors always abounded throughout the city regarding warriors' power levels, but those statistics were just talking. There was no way to confirm just how powerful the High Lord Raven truly was. He'd also been having trouble sleeping at night, and his dreams were full of bloody scenes where his family was killed or captured because he didn't have the strength to stop it. Due to all of this, Nathan spent every waking moment training physically, practicing the power of Asura, soaking in elixir, or praying to the heavens. He had hoped to break past Master Level 6, but instead, he felt stuck there, as if he'd reached a bottleneck in his training. The thoughts of breaking through this blockage inspired him to push on mercilessly throughout the day, sometimes even skipping meals. Birds chirping. A bird landed on the balcony railing beside Nathan, breaking his concentration. Nathan sighed and stood up. He rubbed his eyes and yawned.
"Damn it. Come on, body. Break through into level 7 already. I can feel I'm close to growing stronger, but somehow it's just outside of reach."
Nathan closed his eyes once more and took a deep breath. As soon as his shoulders began to relax, Amelia's voice boomed out from inside the hotel room.
"Nathan, come quickly!"
Immediately, Nathan opened his eyes and raced into his room, only stopping to grab his sword on the way to meet Amelia in the hotel hallway.
"What's going on, Amelia? What is it?"
Amelia pointed down the hallway to where Sir Ian Lightstone leaned against a wall.
"It's Sir Ian Lightstone. I think he might be a bit drunk."
Nathan's face morphed into a puzzled expression. Earlier that evening, Sir Ian had come to eat dinner with them all, but had missed Nathan because he was too busy training. Now it seems he had overindulged in Ulrich's favorite beverage, a pitcher of spiced mead. Nathan turned to Amelia to confirm her words.
Sir Ian is drunk?
This was a bit bizarre in Nathan's mind. After all, he knew Sir Ian to be a courteous, mature, and overall steady person. He was not the type of person who would just casually let loose like this. Amelia merely nodded her head. Nathan sighed and went down the hallway. Sir Ian hiccuped as he approached.
Good Master Nathan. Glad to see you.
I was worried I'd miss you entirely.
Good to see you as well, Sir Ian. Why don't we return to my father's quarters now, shall we?
Sir Ian nodded and allowed Nathan to half-carry him back into Ulrich's room. Nathan met his father's gaze as he helped Sir Ian down onto a cushion. Ulrich merely shook his head and chuckled at Sir Ian's sorry state.
Lad sure can't handle his drink.
I'd only had a few mugs, and he was already spinning around the room. Why don't I go and see if Amelia needs anything? I'll let you two chat now that you've arrived. With that, Ulrich quickly took his leave and carefully shut the door behind him. Amelia anxiously waited outside the door and immediately joined her father when he came outside.
Father, is poor Sir Ian all right? What's gotten into him?
Don't worry, Amelia. He'll be fine in the morning. I think it's best we let him sober up, and then tomorrow it might be wise for you to meet with him in private. Amelia gave her father a confused look, then slowly nodded her head. Back inside the room, Sir Ian hiccuped profusely as Nathan stared down at his friend.
Relax now, Sir Ian. Allow me to fetch you a cup of water from the pitcher.
As Nathan crossed the room to fill a cup, Sir Ian chuckled. Apologies for meeting you in such a sorry state. I know this must be interrupting your training.
Nonsense, Sir Ian. You're always welcome here. Go ahead and drink this up.
Sir Ian took the full cup of water and drank it all in a single sip. Gulp, gulp, gulp. Sir Ian smiled at his friend. He knew Nathan's true power and found his humble kindness even more endearing.
Ah, thank you, young Master Nathan. I know you wish to hide it, but your spiritual fighting power, it's truly amazing. I doubt there are few men in the fiefdom that could match your strength, and yet you're truly a kind soul. What a wonder. Only I had your bravery.
Nathan's eyes sharpened. Clearly, Sir Ian had put himself in this sorry state for a reason.
Sir Ian, it seems you've got something pressing on your mind. If it's all right with you, why don't you share it with me?
Sir Ian sat up straight and sighed. He locked eyes with Nathan. Finally, Sir Ian nodded and reached for Ulrich's pitcher of spiced mead.
Very well, then. But you're going to want to take a drink first.
Nathan stared at Sir Ian's face and knew that he had to take a sip of mead or the conversation would not continue.
Judging from the look on Sir Ian's face, I better take a big gulp. Whatever he has to say, it's not going to be good.
After Nathan took a swig of mead, Sir Ian reached for the cup, but Nathan pulled it back from him.
Tell me what worries you, Sir Ian. In the meantime, I'll fetch you more water.
Worries? What worries? I merely wished to get you to drink with me. Obviously, I'm as chill as a cucumber. What could possibly make you think I'm worried about something? Nathan sighed as he filled another cup of water. Apparently, he would have to be the one to break the silence.
Sir Ian, are you interested in my sister?
What? Oh, what could possibly have given you that impression? Nathan couldn't help but chuckle as he handed his drunk friend another cup of water. It was an open secret amongst the nobility that Sir Ian went to visit Amelia as often as he possibly could. They were often seen strolling the Duke's gardens together, and any time Nathan was in both of their company, he saw the sparkle in Sir Ian's eyes. The way Sir Ian looked at her was undeniable.
Should I list out all the clues, or will you just fess up already?
Sir Ian bought some time as he chugged back the water.
Gulp, gulp. Ah, this water sure hits the spot. Is it from a special well or something? Sir Ian, please, answer me, or I'll tell her myself.
Sir Ian sighed. His face went red as he laid back into a pile of cushions. He threw one over his drunken face as he responded.
Even you can tell? Is it really that obvious?
Nathan smiled as he gently pulled the pillow off of Sir Ian's face.
You might as well have announced it in the Duke's court. Everybody knows.
Sir Ian groaned as he curled up in a ball of embarrassment.
Oh, heavens help me. I'm a fool, that's what I am. Even you are laughing at me.
Nathan chuckled even louder now. His older friend's emotional torment was somehow endearing.
Relax, Sir Ian. I only laugh because it's obvious my sister feels the same way. It's just that she's afraid that your noble house is too illustrious to consider her a worthy bride. She thinks the difference between you and status is too much.
In truth, Amelia did not believe this in the slightest. Nathan only wanted to test Sir Ian, see how he felt regarding such an issue.
She feels the same way?
Yes, but immediately upon hearing of Amelia's interest, Sir Ian shot up out of the cushions and punched the air vigorously.
Hell, yes! I can't believe it!
But what of the class differences?
Screw the class differences. She is a good and noble woman. I would rather give up my inheritance than spend another minute out of her good graces.
Nathan smiled at Sir Ian's excitement. He had passed his little test, after all.
Very well, then. If you wish, I can arrange for my father to give you his blessing. Amelia would have to agree to the marriage, of course, but I doubt that's much of an issue.
Sir Ian's sudden burst of joy faded as his face soured and he slumped back down into the pillows. Nathan frowned. This wasn't exactly the reaction he was expecting.
What's wrong, Sir Ian? Isn't that what you wanted?
More than anything in the
entire world, dear Nathan. If only things were so simple. You must have already heard of my predicament. Predicament? No. What are you talking about?
Sir Ian sighed as he squirmed amongst the pillows.
It's awful, Nathan. No matter what I do, I'm trapped. I can't work my way out of it because of Duke Godricson.
Nathan's eyes widened. He never expected Sir Ian's story to include the Duke of their entire fiefdom.
Duke Godricson? What are you saying, Sir Ian? Speak plainly. What is all this about?
Finally, Sir Ian sat up again and sighed.
It all started 2 years ago when I was 18. Duke Godricson's daughter, Bella, would always come over to the practice field with her maidens and watch me train. At first, thought nothing of it. Soon, Godric's Shawl guardsman was at my father's door, telling him that he'd been given the opportunity of a lifetime. Duke Godricson wished to marry his daughter to me.
And were you interested, Sir Ian?
Heavens, no. I mean, don't get me wrong. Bella's a pretty girl, but her attitude is worse than a vial of the deadliest poison known to man. Raised in the way that she was, she has no interest in anything outside the walls of her father's keep. Her vanity knows no bounds. She despises the word no. She only ever liked me for my appearances, anyway.
Did you not protest this match, then? Or at least speak to your father about the matter?
Of course I did. Whether I liked her back or not was barely worth consideration. The Duke himself had demanded the marriage. If Bella Godricson wished to marry a mere member of House Lightstone, then how could my father refuse her? He would only have brought the Duke's wrath upon our house if he'd say anything at all. My father loves me dearly. There was nothing he could do. So why are you not married now? After days of begging at my father's feet, he was able to buy me some time. He met with Duke Godricson and explained that I lacked the necessary life experience to be worthy of his daughter. The Duke agreed, and I was cast out of my family's house to wander the fiefdom in search of glory. I've heard much about your travels, then. You fought for justice quite valiantly. It was a wonderful 2 years of traveling the land and slaying bandits and other outlaws who threatened the poor citizens of Godric's-land. I'd thought to escape from her, but I couldn't bring myself to run away and dishonor my family. Tried to put thoughts of all this out of my head, but now that time has ended. You were called back? Yes. A messenger from the Duke found me and demanded my presence. So now I'm back in Godric's, waiting for Bella's birthday celebration. As soon as she turns 18, I will be forced to marry her. Nathan had to physically stop Sir Ian from grabbing the pitcher of spiced mead. I see your problem now, Sir Ian. Not a small one. Sad that his bid to grab the mead had failed, Sir Ian wallowed on the floor once more. I am tortured, young Master Nathan. I'd rather die than waste away my days bending to the fickle whims of Bella Godricson. I'd give my whole right arm just to be with Amelia instead. There must be something you can do, some way to get out of all this. Only scheme I could think of would be to somehow fake my own death, create an accident, and then flee forever with Amelia and live a common life somewhere far away in another fiefdom. But I could never bear that. It would be too unfair to your sister. After everything she's been through, Amelia deserves to be near her family. You're right. That plan doesn't work. Besides, if she left the fiefdom, would not be able to protect her. If something were to happen to you, she'd be all alone out there. And I swore on my mother's life that I would always be there for her. An honorable gesture, young master. Young Nathan. I fear I must accept my fate. Hope your sister can somehow forgive me. Nathan paced back and forth across the room, thinking as hard as he could. Sir Ian, tell me, what do you know of Duke Godricson's strength? How powerful is he exactly?
Wait, that's not the end. You've just had a free taste. Now get the full story on the Pocket FM app, link in description. Check out our next video and playlist, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.